Hello viewers, welcome back again with Trailblazer Queen Talk. This episode is my favorite. Guess why? Because we are going to spotlight about pageantry world. What's happening in pageantry? Everybody wants to win some crown and there's many platforms, many organizations, right? So that's beautiful, that's amazing. All these amazing women are coming to the global platform and doing inspiring things. But this segment is going to be not formalized, not scripted. We're going to talk few things deep inside our heart. What do you want to share? What's happening behind the scenes? All you're seeing on the platform, glamorous, beautiful, competitive rounds, right? Every organization has different level of rounds to win. We're going to spotlight few things. What's happening in order to get there, and how is your mindset? What's happening when people have not shared many stories to be there, or what happens after that, right? So those kind of inspiring things we're going to talk about in this segment. And we have amazing celebrities next to me. I would allow them to introduce, yes, Miss Houston. Hi. USA.
Yes, I am Felon Williams, recently crowned Miss Houston USA 2026. I've been competing in pageants since I was just a little girl, so it was such an honor to win early April, so about 2 months ago now. And yes, I'm on my road to Miss USA now.
That's amazing. Journey to USA. That's
yes.
Beautiful. First, congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
win. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
I
You
love
too.
the color. Thank you.
Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you so much. It's amazing to have you here, and we're going to talk more fun things and anything that you would like to share, we'll talk about that. And before that, I want to spotlight our next celebrity. You would see this personality everywhere, almost, if I'm not wrong, on the stage or there supporting, all cheering, all the queens, somewhere or the other, in social media, behind, offline. Tell me about yourself.
I'm JJ Smith. I am a pageant coach with the business Winner Views. Done it for many years, had lots of winners in all kinds of systems, that types of thing. I really have started off in pageantry when I was a little boy, watching the pageants with my parents growing up, and having an uncanny ability to choose the winners of the pageants. And so that's how it started, and I've had a love for it ever since.
Thank you. But a small thing which I wanted to share here, you'll be surprised. My dad was there in Mrs. Texas pageant, and you were there in the front row, and he did not take picture with anyone, just with you. And he shared that with me.
Well, I'm honored
without
and
even knowingly, because he came all the way from India to see me on the platform. I was so happy that, okay, you got the picture with the right person. So yeah, I just wanted to, got reminded of that.
Well, that's wonderful that your dad and parents of pageant girls also, they always come to support their girls, in hopes that their goals and aspirations come true, and to get that support means everything to those girls. So it's nice to have your dad there.
Thank you so much. I'll be happy to see this episode. So tell me what inspires you, because there is a stigma, right? Pageantry and all other stuff is for feminine, for the women, to in that genre, to choose as a coach or whatsoever in this realm. What made you to choose that line of fashion? Like, it's many things for men out there, prominently, which you're making a great impression here. So what moment inspired you to choose this one?
I always tell my girls that the role of a title holder is actually to give yourself away. It's wonderful to be dressed up in the beautiful dresses and the crown and give autographs and pose for pictures, but the point of being a title holder is really to give yourself away. And years ago, I realized that I had a gift, and that was the ability to help other people better their speaking abilities and calm their nerves when they're on stage, and really perform at their best and at their most ultimate best. And whenever I realized that, I also realized that it was really important that I give that talent to other people rather than just keep it bottled up and know that I have that. What good would that do anyone? And so I realized that by discovering the world of pageantry. There's always the personal interview aspect of the pageant, which I feel and a lot of people feel is the most important aspect. But also you have to remember the girls are on stage interacting with the MC, sometimes answering that final fishbowl question that sometimes so many girls actually dread, And just to be able to impart to them my skills and my knowledge and experiences is something that has been really a lifetime of joy and happiness for me. So, when you give yourself away, it really does come back to you in so many ways.
Oh, I'm so glad. And one main point really inspired me is when you talked about calming down yourself, like you're talking about mentally. It's not just about physically performing there. Because many people forget that, okay, if you don't win, you miss the whole journey, like how you have groomed yourself. That's amazing. You have definitely at some level you have groomed, right? So
Absolutely.
I believe they should be proud enough to embrace that and then come to the winning and crowning and whatsoever, right? So that's something it's going to be a life changer in some way, right? So I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Well, thank you. I know that it's important, for every girl to realize that there's only going to be one winner.
Yes.
And that's just the fact of it from the very beginning. And it's also important to remember to, win humbly and lose graciously. I always tell my girls, you may have prepared more than any other girl on that stage and longer and harder and done your best and really invested in yourself, perhaps that you feel more than anyone. But another girl won. And I always just try to remind girls that, there's probably a reason out there that girl won on that day. Something in her life, perhaps she needed that a little more than you did, or that was just simply something that she really, really needed that day. And so that kind of buffers the loss part of it for some girls. It's always disappointing. But you have to always, remember, go, be competitive, go to win with the idea of I'm going to do my very best to win. But if I don't, I have to remember the girl who did win, there's probably something in her life that she really, really needed that. And if you can accept that with yourself, then you'll always be okay.
Yeah, that's great point. And also talking about like without winning also, I want to come a touch point on those aspects, like what happens, like if you're not, how do you carry yourself after that, right? So we'll talk about that. Coming to Miss Houston USA, so how was your journey of winning? Like, did you expect that? I'm sure this would be one common questions. I still want to start with that, and then I'll hit you on the hot spot.
Yes, absolutely. I love that JJ talked about, there's only one winner, and a lot of advice that some title holders would give when you compete is that you should have another goal besides winning. And this is something, not just a hobby for me, it's a really large part of my life. And so I did my first pageant when I was 3 years old, and I've competed every year, and you hear a lot of no's. Wow. And if that was really just your singular goal to receive the crown and walk away, then you wouldn't keep coming back. This final, this win for me, this most recent win, it was a culmination of a lifetime of preparation, because this sport of pageantry, that I like to call it, is really one of the only endeavors you can get yourself into where you're truly looking inwards to be a better version of you and receive skills, whether it's working with JJ through personal speaking or public speaking and other personal development. There is always something to learn, and there's always another goal to achieve. So I didn't win my first pageant until I was 15 years old, and it wasn't a bigger system. I was Miss Texas International Junior Miss, and it was like, it was just the greatest joy, because I finally, I hadn't even made a top 5 positioning until then, but I stepped on the Miss Houston teen stage exactly 15 years ago when I was literally 13 years old. And this has been a dream since then. So I had won another International Junior Miss title when I was in college, and then I had the honor of winning America's Most Beautiful Miss in 2023. But this dream particularly was on my heart for so long, so this felt like really my greatest accomplishment. And in the USA system, I'd competed in California when I lived there for school and tried 4 times. I worked my way from finalist to finalist in the top 15, then top 5 one year, and then the next year I didn't even place at all. You thought you could just keep going, and it's not a linear progression.
Yes.
Moved back home to Texas, and I competed at Miss Texas USA, and I got the top 5. The next year, the top 5, and it was still so close, but you have to have this kind of grit within you, knowing that it's not win or lose, it's win or learn. And there's always something I can take away. Like he said, it's just that day. So there might not have been, I had friends ask me, what could you have done better? And sometimes you give your best, and that was your best performance, but it wasn't your time, and it wasn't God's timing for you. So this year, in my preparation leading up to it, I just manifested, and every morning walking on the treadmill at 4 a.m., I just believed, like I truly felt this difference in my heart that, my circumstance in life, the people I have surrounding me, this felt like truly my time, and everything felt like it was aligning. And I would get chills walking, like the Lord was speaking to me, like this is really your moment. And I always you can see the girl that walks in there or the woman that walks in there, and she kind of has this calm presence. Like I know it could be me. You don't want to have a haughtiness that it's going to be me. I know it for a fact, but it kind of felt like, yep, I can do it this year. And I have this different feeling, and it's such a calmness, which is so crazy because there's all these nerves, but it's my favorite place. It's my favorite thing to do. So I don't really get nervous, but I had this really calm, excited energy that just was a peace. And no matter what happens, I'm always going to be content because that's God's timing for me. But it did feel different, and as the pageant went on, I was really proud of my performance, and they call you in top 15 and then top 5, and then I'm standing there in the top 2, and I'm just calm, my eyes closed, and I'm like, Lord, this is it. Call my name right now. And it happened, and it was just a culmination of so many years.
But few things what inspired me from your story is I'm so proud to have you. I'm honored, because the reason I'm saying is it's a discipline. What you have is a discipline. It's not just from 3 years, what kind of perseverance you had in you, right?
Yes.
It's not easy, because pageantry, it's expensive.
Of course.
Let's be honest. Every pageantry it has its own rounds and preparing and everything. Everything has to come together.
Yes.
And you took faith since your childhood, and you were just striving on, and it's not a linear progression.
Absolutely.
So you're ready for whatever it is, but every time you are just grooming yourself, and you are there, and you well deserved on your title.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
And each year there's things you can take from other people. I always love to see, now that I'm a pageant veteran, I call myself, I love to see a girl who's new and it's their first time. And I'm there, I'm like, I got the butt glue, I got the Band-Aids, I got, the spray, the sunscreen spray, whatever you need, because I was that girl at some point, stepping into a new system or never having, understood this is the level of fitness that I need to be comfortable at to step onto that stage, or this is the type of gown that looks best on me. And you just learn, and pageant women are so kind and generous in helping each other. And I think that's kind of a stigma as well, that because we're dressed in this beautiful fashion and take pride in our appearance, that we aren't also congenial, and they are the most congenial women. So if I can be that person to offer help to a newcomer, but seeing their progression, and they hear no and they come back and they get better every year. And that's really the beauty of pageants, is that if you're just there to win the crown, you're missing the whole point, that there's sisterhood, there's connections, and there's this growth inward that happens that is so beautiful, and it does require a discipline, but you have to want it.
And another point which I liked is you call this as a sport. I really loved it.
It is.
It is.
Totally. It's expensive.
They don't understand it.
Yes.
It is. You play it cool, you mentally, physically, it takes a lot of stress on you, how you handle it. That's
you train for it just like any other athlete. There's the fitness portion of it, but it is expensive. And I talk with JJ, he knows my background. I don't come from a lot, but there's ways and resources to become a resourceful person. And whether it was interviewing and getting myself scholarship to get into school, or to recruit sponsors, or to say, I'm going to get this $400 dress and make it fabulous. There's so many ways to really put your heart into it that don't require you to come from a lot. And so that is also another skill of learning to be resourceful and
be creative and create what you have.
Yes.
That's nice. Many people doesn't have that understanding, right? They go for the retails and you just grab what they have and then see what's the budget and everything. But if you really have the mind and soul, you can bring another person's talent over there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You can there are immense talents who need a platform. If you get the right talent, you are actually helping each other.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely a mutual exchange, and it's exposure, it's lifting each other up in so many different areas, and there's coaches in all realms, but being able to elevate someone else, and you're getting help and you're elevating their work as well is awesome.
What's your favorite round? What's your favorite part?
Part of the competition, it is interview. I'm a
Interview?
talker. It is interview.
I thought you would say swim round.
I love that energy of being on stage. I'm a performer. I've been singing, acting, dancing, playing piano
You
since
sing?
I was
Wow.
really little. I love to be on that stage. But the community and the interpersonal connection, that's the only moment they get to know who you are. Every single woman on that stage is stunning. You watch Miss Universe, you're like, I can't pick, because it's not a comparison of
yes,
beauty.
yes.
You have to feel their heart. You have to understand where they come from. And if someone can move you in that interview room, you could really see who I am by talking to me even more than you can from my smile on the stage.
That's great. And also, I just want to understand. See, it's well said again. It's not about competing within each other. Like, people
can't.
has to come out
Yeah.
of that mindset. It's not
Yes.
about you competing with the 10, 15 women in that platform. It's not about that. Like, it's within you.
Yes.
It's just within yourself. It's just a platform to make
Right.
it globally, but it's just within you how giving yourself better version
Right.
every time, right? Because that moment, see, and anything the best you do, something is out of your control. Can you
Exactly.
determine what is going to happen? Nobody has the control. I think you should do the best and leave the rest.
Yes, they always say, like in this sport specifically, is that you can't look left and right and try to be better at this than her, because you're never going to be a better her than she is. You can only be your best you, right?
Exactly. And you cannot control what's the mindset of what is
Right.
beauty for another person. Can you
In
go and
their mind.
control on that? No, you have no
course.
idea, right? For that person, you might look beauty, but for the other person, it can vary. It's a variable. So it's just the understanding of the right mindset, because I feel very bad when they take it differently. Oh, I did not win. Oh, am I not good enough?
Sure.
Like what? Like, am I not good enough? Like in my complexion, on my body type, or what is it in my talent? It's never been those. Those are not the factors. You gave your best. It's be proud enough to carry the same smile, because I still see in certain crowning moments, like they lose the moments, like their faces flinches and they don't go and appreciate the person who have won. It's still being there at few areas, because I want to spotlight on those stuffs also, right? So what is do you have any experience that you have confronted in the past, like any girl like being upset or feeling low?
Sure, yeah. I did want to comment on the expense or the cost of pageantry and how expensive a sport it is. And I mean, I admit it is as well, mostly. But you also have to remember too that you are investing in yourself. The money that you're spending for lessons and coaches, that is an investment in you, not just to win, but so many times an investment in your future, in your life. Not long ago, I had a young lady that I had worked with 10 years ago, and she reached out to me and she said, "Hi JJ, do you remember me? You worked with me 10 years ago when I was competing in the pageant, and I just wanted to let you know that I recently got a job at NASA, and to this very day, I was still using the interview techniques that you coached me and you taught me."
Wow.
And so that is an incredible, testament to what your investment in yourself is. And so, from a pageant girl learning her interview skills to interviewing and getting the job at NASA, that really says something about, it being, perhaps it is a little expensive at the beginning, but look what it pays off in the end.
Yes, I really like that point, because it's not, people confine themselves, okay, it's pageantry, you show your glamour work or whatever that's happening, but it beyond different platforms, you can actually leverage that.
Absolutely.
For instance, it teaches you patience. No matter what you're feeling, going through inside, you're still calm and composed that's a beautiful soft skill that you can ever learn from any industry. That's going to help you, no matter where you are, you can handle high pressure. Still smile on your face. That's what pageantry teaches, right? Walk in with a smile, walk out with your smile. So yeah, that's something, it's a great point to be validated. That's nice.
But to address your topic about disappointment, Fallon knows a little bit about that as well, as she had mentioned. She kept trying, but her tenacity eventually paid off. And whenever girls don't win, and of course I've had many girls who didn't win, many more girls who didn't win than who did win. And I'm very blessed and thankful and grateful to say that I've had a lot of winners through the years, in many, many different pageant systems. But of course, there is always that disappointment. There's that old saying about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. But going into it, you also realize, like I mentioned, there's only going to be one winner. But what I have sometimes said to young ladies who are really, truly disappointed, they thought that, you know, I couldn't have done any more. JJ, I put my heart and my soul and my money and my time and everything. You know, I ran the wheels off my car. I got the best I could in every category, and the judges didn't see me. And so being disappointed in the fact that it was another girl's day. So what I've also always told a young lady that really feels a deep sense of disappointment is you have to think about it this way. You may have lost today and it was another girl's day, but just think how fortunate and blessed you are that tomorrow you get to wake up and you get to be you.
Yes.
You get to be you again tomorrow and for the rest of your life. And if you think about, would you trade that? No, you're not going to trade that. You get to be you for the rest of your life. Just because you experienced a disappointment today, look what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, that's, I think, not just pageantry, in any industry, I feel your success comes from having gratefulness.
Indeed.
Whatever you have done, I believe that starts from feeling gratitude. If you don't have, like you said, like every day when you wake up, when you have this good feelings, what you have learned or what you have gained, having a blessed feeling about that, it helps you move forward. If you just start your day with regrets, it's not going to help you. It's just going to attract negative energies.
I say gratitude looks good on everybody. It's a one-size-fits-all, and it'll look good on you as well.
Thank you.
Own it. You know?
Thank you for saying that loud. And another question I would like to ask you is, what is, in your perspective, for a winner, what's the goal? Like, what is the end goal of this journey? Okay, you won. What is next? What do you call as a true success? The person who have won. What the journey should look like, or what is a life you're looking at?
I believe every title holder's end goal should be to leave a legacy of goodness and positivity wherever she goes. She may go to an elementary school or a kindergarten and talk to young children. She may go to a high school, and then later that afternoon she may visit a retirement home. But age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone's background, race, color, religious background. The point is she has been given not just a title, but she's been given a responsibility. It's a job, if you will, but more so it comes as a responsibility, and that is to go and give as much of herself away as she possibly can in the 1 year or whatever, however long her reign is. During her reign, it's her responsibility, it's her obligation to give herself away to as many people as possible and do what she can to uplift those. She will meet people, young girls and sometimes little boys too, who will look up to her and say, I want to be like that. I want to be in those shoes one day. And really, she's obligated to encourage and uplift anyone who might have that kind of aspiration. Mm-hmm. So having that mindset at the very beginning of your reign, knowing that, we're going to put you in beautiful clothes and you're going to take lots of pictures and sign autographs and wave in parades and be fawned over as far as how beautiful you are. That is part of it, okay? But the bottom line, the foundation of it, is the fact that now what we expect in return is we expect you to go out there and give yourself away to as many people as possible and make as positive impact as you possibly can, because that will be the legacy that you will leave on your title, but you will take with you in your life.
So I want to talk about few things on that background. So one is, what is your perception that defines it's a reigning period as a year? If you think that you can change the timeline, what would it be? Or you're happy that it's perfect, a year, yes. Whatever you can, you utilize. What's your thought process on the reigning period?
I've had title holders say that, it's a double-edged sword. I've had title holders say that a year or the time during my reign was enough and I'm ready to pass it on to another girl. And I've also had title holders say, JJ, I just simply don't want to give it up. If I could just have a little more time, if I could have another year, because I've crammed so much into this year. And if you really think about it, that title really does open doors. It gives you entree into areas and places where you might not have otherwise had. A lot of it is doing with the title what you can and what you want to do with it. Some girls don't do so much if they're not really inspired after winning, and some girls just cram so many things into it that they just don't have, there are not enough days in the year. Those are the girls that don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
So it's just a year, it's just the time during your reign. I just say make the very most of it. Make what you're going to make of it.
And what's your thought process on giving the reign to the upcoming talent or whatsoever? Why can't it be like, okay, you won, right? Let it be. You don't have to pass on your crown. The next person comes, you get it. I'm just trying to understand the concept, why it has been projected in such a way. Like, what is the traditional story behind it?
I think it's just simply because it's you have had your time in the spotlight, and so many other girls want to step into that position. And so passing it along to your successor is just the natural progression. And that can be very bittersweet. You actually, when you see a girl crowned by the current title holder, you realize that is exactly the transition where the girl who's crowning her is actually relinquishing the crown, and the girl who's being crowned is receiving it. So it can be a little bittersweet even in that moment. But I hope it leans more toward the sweet side, because the girl who's relinquishing her crown, she had that opportunity. She was given that opportunity to be the title holder and to do with it what she did. And hopefully be remembered in a real positive way by being that girl, being that person. In pageantry, we call them girls.
Yes.
They make
yes.
you might be America's little Miss Todd, or you may be Golden Granny, but everybody's a girl in
It's the same,
pageantry.
yes, correct.
So having given it to the new girl and seeing her reign begin, and being proud of the girl who's outgoing, and being proud of her for her accomplishments.
Yeah, and also I would like to spotlight, like, after you won, I believe there is no rule book, like it's just the way it has to be. Like, just make the best out of it. I mean, you have drive this far. I mean, just don't make the crown sitting at somewhere else, right? That doesn't give value or honor to the crown that you have earned. Like, leverage as much as possible, and you can take that to different platform also. It doesn't have to be in pageantry. It does in anything, whatever you like, the people you inspire, the people you motivate can be from different realm. It doesn't have to be in this line. So just spread as much as possible your positivity, your talent, the winning things that you made you to win. Just spread that vibes to other people. That's the best of it. That's the best feeling.
And just the connections that you make, and I'm sure Felon can attest to this as well. The connections that you make, I was very proud to introduce the two of you. The connections that you make along the way is just invaluable. You just meet so many new friends and people who are so excited to really help you and open doors for you, and that's really a big part of it.
I because you said that he was so excited in Miss Supreme. Yes. I was like, we forgot that was a stage and we were just sharing the moments. That's all. That's pretty much it, right?
Absolutely.
Let's just live the moment, And I want to talk about, is there any special memories that you have, because you have a really long journey, inspiring journey.
Yes.
Anything that comes to your mind, okay, that thing, it's a game changer. I cannot get rid of that. That changed my life.
It really is. You're talking about connections, and I love that you mentioned legacy. And something that's important to me is that I reflect who I am as a title holder in my life before and after that year. So yes, you do have a year of whatever you're doing with the crown on, but are you that person outside of your reign.
Yes.
And volunteering and being of service in my community has been a part of my life since I was very young, and it will be something I continue to do once I'm not Miss Houston anymore, once my pageant career is over. There is these not only skills that you take, but when you're giving yourself away, it's something that you continue to do, including the connections. So I recently recorded a podcast with my sister queen from 10 years ago, and we are still this close from California. She was the teen, I was the miss, and we're still this close, and we are constantly being able to interchange or exchange opportunities to one another. And hey, I'm involved in this, can you hop on my podcast? Hey, I'm starting a new nonprofit, can you be a representative for me and help me share my story? And all of these women in the pageant world are not only able to help each other out, but it just continues to branch out in this huge branch of tree of how many different communities we can help. And it starts from who you are, just helping one person in your community. Then you get a crown, you can expand it to your city. Then should you be lucky enough to receive the next state title, national title, you can just keep expanding your impact. And so each opportunity I've gotten to be of service and to make those sisterhood connections, it's something that you take with you and that you should continue to hold on to after your year title.
That's beautiful. Like, people are going to observe, right? What's happening after a year is what makes you you as a person. So you cannot hide from that. So it's beautiful. And also,
I'm sorry. The wonderful thing about Felon, I know she also realizes this, is she will eventually give her Miss Houston title to the next girl who wins. And I know how grateful she is to be able to wake up the next day and be Felon Williams.
yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I second
I
that.
think everyone should feel that way.
That.
Yes.
Yes. And also, I want to spotlight on few things like I'm sure you're both of you, part of my Paris Fashion Week. I just want to talk about that. So under Trailblazer Queen Productions, we are producing Paris Fashion Week, September 25th in La Galerie Bourbon. And we're going to have Miss Houston, USA, walking the runway. What
Such
do you,
an honor.
how you feel about it? Like, because when I won, I think I was invited for New York. That was the immediate thing that came up. I have no idea what I was doing. And then it came, when I walked it, the way I was perceived was beautiful. Like, after you win and you walk the runway, it just happened, but that feeling was beautiful, like how you've been well perceived by the press, by the people, and it was amazing. But Paris was not my debut for that time, but I'm so happy that it's falling in place. So what do you feel about it?
Oh, I mean, I feel so honored and lucky to be included. I have never left the continent. And fun fact, I'm going to Italy on Tuesday, and I'm so excited to take my first big trip. But modeling and being able to represent, class and poise in fashion, and it ties right in with pageantry, and just representing confidence on stage is something I've always been passionate about, and it's really my dream to be, it's part of, you think you have multifaceted careers, but I mean, modeling is up there with the pageant world. So the fact that I could do it
That's
in
exactly
such
what you're
a
doing.
beautiful place, I mean, it's such an honor. So I could not be more excited.
I
And it seems like
I cannot wait to see that crown in my runway.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. It just seems like another beautiful opportunity and connection, that there's so many, great opportunities you get from the pageant world. And
Exactly. So
from
that's
people.
exactly what I'm trying to do with my platform, Trailblazer Queen Productions. I'm bringing all the queens, like a queen bee. I'm collecting all the queens and then bringing the models, because it's two different worlds. Like I've literally seen like, pageant girl. Like, no, I don't want. Some people saying that because the grooming is different. I mean, see, modeling walk is different.
It is.
But to me, it's one universe.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a different way of perceptions of looking at it, but definitely it has its own elegance and its own perceptions of how you're looking at it. So definitely that's what I'm bringing as a unified platform, queens and the models together.
Yes.
So Paris would be absolutely thrilled.
And I love that you're bringing in people from all over, and women look differently. I mean, there's the model type. If I was just 2 inches taller, man, I would love it. I would love it. But, you can still walk that stage and have a curvy body, a strong body, and you could be of any ethnicity. And it's great to be celebrated. All types of women are beautiful.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I'm just breaking that stereotype.
Absolutely.
This curvy, we because that modeling has its its own stigmatized like measurements and everything. They don't cast anything beyond that. then what about there's still people on other sizes living on this earth? Where do they go? Buy
Right.
clothes,
Right.
I mean, are you not making clothes for them? Like
Right.
You used
you
to
don't
always
want
have to be a size 2
exactly.
or a
You don't want to
size
sell
0, you know?
even from commercial aspects. You don't want to sell clothes to them. Like I don't
Right.
understand. That's my point, right? Like
See, with Fallon going to Italy and then you both going to Paris, it's almost like I want to encourage her, eat all the pasta you can. You know, the carbs don't count over there.
They
And then when you
don't.
get to
I will
Paris, fill up on croissants, both of
Yeah.
you, because you know what?
Oh my God, he's
You're
tempting
still
now.
going to be beautiful. Okay.
yes, we have. I mean, I don't know French, but maybe we should learn together. And yeah.
Yes, I
J'en ai
think we
toujours
can.
femme de toi, Meenakshi.
Oh my God.
I can
You just-
count and do
Did
Did you
that.
sing
I told you I'm a
something? Did you
coach.
sing something?
I think Spanish. I speak
beautiful.
Spanish well. I think it can carry over, and I'll just work on French. I heard once you
I'll
learn
just
one
do
of those,
dubbing.
it's easy.
I'll do dubbing
to...
when you do.
Perfect. Yeah. She'll move her mouth. I'll stand behind her.
yes. I mean, they're easy
We
people.
have time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have time.
Just
I can do the accents if you want to. I can put 10 sets. I just only speak English.
Yeah. I think we're gonna make. We're gonna rock.
Oh,
already.
she's good at those things. Trust me. Yeah, you've got the right.
What
one
about
with
you?
this
You're
one.
joining us too, right?
I
of
hope
course
so.
we need you.
Fun.
That's right before my birthday, and so I would love to go over
That's
there.
so
And,
big
good.
brands
Now we have to
calling
bring
you.
my mom too.
I know, right? You know?
All big brands are calling you, JJ.
And I'm good friends with Fallon's mom as well. You know,
So we can make it a birthday trip.
that's the other thing about pageantry. It's you not only get an opportunity as a coach to work with the pageant girls and the contestants and the winners, but you meet their families and their brothers and sisters and their girlfriends and the people that eventually end up being the bridesmaids in their weddings.
Yeah.
And you get invited to the wedding.
Yes.
And you get invited to the parents' wedding.
Yes.
Like I went to.
Just goes
I
on
went
and
to Fallon's mom's wedding, and so there's a lot of joy. I mean, it's a competition. As you know, the bottom line is it's a competition. It's a contest. The pageant.
Yes.
But you also have to realize the wonderful things that come along with that, and that's the joy of meeting new people, establishing new friends, friends that will be friends for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's really part of it as well. Part of your journey is gaining friendships and experiences along the way.
Okay, before we wrap it up, I want you. Do you have a? I really want you to ask me one question.
Okay.
Yes. What do you want to know from me?
Just from you?
Yes. I don't have anyone else. Yes.
So since we spoke about it before, I would say, being in a position as a title holder, what would you like your legacy to be?
I believe, I strongly feel I want to create, that's why I opened this Trailblazer Queen Productions. I want to enable the platform for aspiring talents, no matter what you are. Be it a model, young talent. 4 to 5 aspiring debut designers are coming to Paris, where Paris is a dream. That is what makes me proud. That is what women who are driving hard every day, like even I was talking with them virtually from South America, like she is a single mom and she's trying hard, like put things together, and she's excited about Paris. I'm enabling the platform. That I want to make opportunities as much as possible for this young talents, no matter, especially women's, right? So I want to lift them through my umbrella.
Well, if you can do that, then you will have done exactly what a title holder should do.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
And you are doing that and already have done that.
Thank you.
So my best wishes is for you to just continue to doing that, being your wonderful self. For the people who know you, they know what I'm talking about. And for those out there who don't know you, you would be so fortunate to know you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
exactly
you.
how
That's
I
a
feel
blessing.
about it.
That's a blessing wishes. Thank you.
My
Thank you,
blessing
JJ.
as well.
For me, I mean, just meeting you now, and I have similar goals, and we all, as pageant title holders, want to leave a legacy. And so seeing you, like he said, you are really doing it. You're achieving these as we speak, and you have these great, grandiose dreams, and you're putting in the work, and you're such an inspiration to so many people. Someone who's just starting out, what is maybe some of the best advice you've received, or some advice that you would give someone who wants to feel that confidence to achieve that dream that they have?
Thank you so much for the question. I believe the reason many people, I mean, no complaints, it becomes a fast-paced world. They are looking at return investment immediately.
Immediate
Stop
return.
that thought. Stop that thought. Okay, even if you go someplace, what do I get? What do I get in return? You don't have to just, if you have a passion, I would say keep building that. with strong faith, just like how you did, like from 3 years. You have no idea whether you will be crowning this title this moment, no idea. But what made you drive? That passion, right? You felt good doing that, no matter what. That discipline is what is very important. You have to, because if it can take a year, 2 months, 3 months, it will happen. Universe will give it back to you. First, you should be in a place to give that energy. Then only you should be in a receiver energy. Without you, if you calculate what you are giving back, universe does the same thing to you. It will calculate and give it back to you. You don't need that. Be generous. Give your fullest in whatever you do. It has no other choice. It is going to attract you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is a message even outside of
For
pageantry.
everybody.
Yes.
There are people that will never compete in a pageant. Perhaps it's never even been their aspiration to. But they have their goals. And to offer an encouraging message like that is so valuable because people really need that encouragement and they need to be boosted and they need to be lifted up. And, you know, if we can just individually do that, then think of how much better a world would be.
Exactly.
And if you think about it too, what you're leaving behind. You know, if you've like lifted someone up or encouraged someone, helped them achieve their goal, that type of thing, you can kind of sort of privately take that as like a little feather in your cap as well. Exactly.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
right,
yes, yes, yes. Well, I had a great time, and I'm sure we are gonna rock on the Paris Street.
I'm so excited. Thank
with
you.
the croissant. You just tempted
Can I
me
hold
now.
one while I'm walking?
I'll be there on the front. I'll be there on the front row with crumbs on my jacket.
And by the way, that's an absolute my favorite color blazer.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, amazing.
As hot as it is in summer, you might as well wear something as cool as you can. So.
You know what to wear.
Perfect.
Well, lovely connecting with you today. It's beautiful to share the moments, and I'm so proud of you on your road to USA. My best wishes. I'm sure you're
you
gonna
so
rock the
much.
stage.
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, inspiring a lot of people there.
I'll be
Yes,
keeping
come
up
with the
with
crowd.
you. Thank you.
It's always so wonderful to see you. You look absolutely beautiful every time I see you. You can't help it.
Aw.
And so continue the wonderful work that you're doing.
Thank you so much, JJ,
My,
for your best
my
wishes.
absolute pleasure.
We're excited to watch you too.
Yes. Well, that was beautiful. I had an amazing time with both of you, sharing some real experience. It was not a prep work. We just shared our moments. So beautiful to listen to your journey and your experience. Thank you so much for coming to our studio. And we both are seeing each other in Paris.
Yes.
So, well, viewers, it was a beautiful conversation because pageantry is not just a competition. It's about inspiring yourself and giving your best version. I'm so happy to leave this conversation with a positive note and see you all another episode with a great, amazing people.